Imagine that your life is like a house built with effort, piece by piece. You chose each brick with dedication, built walls with sweat and dreams. But suddenly, a storm appears on the horizon. The wind blows hard, the rain pelts the roof, and you ask yourself, will my house survive? We all face storms in life. Unexpected challenges, moments of uncertainty, days when worry consumes us. Sometimes we feel that we are alone in the face of these difficulties, that life is a game of chance where luck never seems to be on our side. But what if I told you that there is an unshakable shelter, a fortress that protects us against any storm? What if there was a key capable of opening the doors of prosperity and security, guiding our steps towards a path of peace and abundance? This key is in the words of Psalm 91, a promise of divine protection, an invitation to live under the wings of the Most High, a call to trust that God is our refuge and strength. Today, let's connect with this powerful truth together. Let's turn our worries into faith, our fears into courage, and our uncertainty into confidence. For he who dwells in the secret place of the Most High and rests in the shadow of the Almighty will not be moved. Prepare your heart, take a deep breath, and allow this prayer to transform your life. Because prosperity is not just about material goods, but about living fully with a serene heart and the certainty that God takes care of each one of us. Let's say this prayer together and attract into our lives everything that has already been promised to us: protection, abundance, and peace. Most High, eternal refuge, inexhaustible source of provision and security. In your presence, paths open, doors unlock, and abundance manifests. May the shadow of the Almighty cover every home, bringing prosperity, peace, and plenitude. May challenges become stepping stones to a future of achievements. No adversity prevails over the one who trusts. What was scarcity becomes abundance. What was doubt turns into certainty. May the steps be guided with wisdom, the hands be strengthened for work, and the mind be illuminated by hope. May the promise of Psalm 91 be alive and present on each journey, revealing divine power in every detail of life. Amen. Psalm 91 is not just a set of pretty words. It is a powerful spiritual principle that has spanned centuries, bringing hope and security to those who trust in the Lord. But how can this prayer lead us to prosperity? To understand, let's look at a biblical example, the life of Joseph. Joseph was a young man who had big dreams, but he was sold into slavery by his own brothers. In the midst of pain and injustice, he could have given up, he could have let despair take over his soul. However, Joseph maintained his faith and remained under God's protection. At each stage of his journey, as servant, prisoner, and finally ruler of Egypt, he found grace and prosperity because he never stopped dwelling in the secret place of the Most High. Like Jose, we often face periods of scarcity, of difficulties that seem to have no end. But Psalm 91 reminds us that those who trust in God are kept and elevated at the right time. Prosperity does not just mean material riches, but rather the fullness of divine grace that makes us triumph over any adversity. Think of the eagle. When the storm approaches, it doesn't run away or hide. Instead, it uses the force of the winds to rise even higher. This also happens with those who trust in God's protection. Difficulties do not knock them down, but push them to a higher level of faith and achievement. The prosperity promised by Psalm 91 is rooted in complete trust in God. When we surrender our paths to Him, doors open, obstacles become steps, and the peace that surpasses all understanding begins to reign in our hearts. Today, make this prayer not just spoken words, but a commitment of faith. Remain in the hiding place of the Most High and see how prosperity manifests itself abundantly in your life. Now that we understand the promise of Psalm 91 and the example of Joseph's life, how can we apply this message in our daily lives? The answer lies in the way we face our challenges and the trust we place in God. Imagine a worker who, despite financial difficulties, chooses to start each day with a prayer and a grateful heart. He may not see immediate changes, But as he keeps his faith firm, unexpected doors begin to open. A new opportunity arises, a promotion at work happens, a client that seemed lost returns. This is the manifestation of prosperity that comes from trust in God. Or think of a mother who worries about her children's future. She could let fear rule her heart, but instead she chooses to declare God's promises over her home daily. She teaches her children to trust, to work hard, and to believe that provision will come. And over time, stability and peace blossom within your home. Small actions of faith generate big transformations. When we choose to rest under the shadow of the Almighty, we not only find refuge, but we also make space for prosperity to manifest in our lives in ways we never imagined. The prosperity that God desires for us is not limited to material riches. It involves peace, health, restored relationships, and a heart full of purpose. God often prospers us in the most unlikely places, as he did with Joseph in Egypt. When we trust, he acts. So, the question that remains is, where have you placed your trust? Are you allowing yourself to be carried away by fear and uncertainty? Or are you sheltering in the promise of Psalm 91? If you make this prayer a lifestyle, you will see how God will meet your needs and take you to places you never imagined. May today be a day of decision. May you choose to trust, rest, and allow God to lead you to true prosperity. For those who dwell in the secret place of the Most High will always find security and abundance.